What's going on, everybody? My name is Drew Creel, and in this video what we're going to do is take a look at XSonic's new ULooper. So if you are an owner of a Positive Grid Spark amp, a little amp that looks like this, or if you are a Yamaha THR user or even a Marshall Code user. So in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how you can unlock the secrets, unlock the powers of the XSonic ULooper with your little practice amp at home. Maybe you want to use it as a practice tool or a performance tool. We're going to cover all of that in this video, so here we go. So let's talk about this thing. So what is the point of this little $99 looper? Why would you want to use this thing? Can't you just use a regular looper pedal into the front of your practice amp like the Spark 40? Well, you could do that, but unfortunately, when you change channels on your amplifier, the sound that comes out of your looper is going to basically play in the background. So if you switch from clean to dirty, it's going to impact that signal coming from the looper, but that is not the case with the ULooper. You can actually plug in via USB into your Spark 40 or your Yamaha THR or your Marshall Code. The tone of the loop will not be impacted, okay? And you even have your own volume control for your loop. For example, you could lay down a sick funk groove with a clean tone that sounds awesome, right? And then you could switch over to a high gain shred sound on the amp and just play over the top of that loop. Traditionally what you would do with a loop pedal, right? This allows you to do that at home with your nice little practice amp, and I think that's pretty cool. Another potential use case for the ULooper is to amplify your sound. So we know that the Yamaha THR, for example, it gets pretty loud. But if you want it to be even louder, let's say you like the tone of your THR and you want to use it in a live setting, you can actually plug in via USB to the ULooper and then use the output side of the ULooper and send that to the PA into a direct box or something like that. You could send that to the Spark cabinet, which is like a really loud version of the Spark that's made to amplify your Spark even louder. You can do that with the ULooper, and I think that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do next is plug the ULooper into the Yamaha THR, and then after that, we'll check out how it works with the Spark 40. Here we go. Really quick, guys, one of the things I wanted to mention right out of the gate is to make sure that this thing works with your Yamaha THR or your Spark or your Marshall Code. What you want to do is update the firmware not only on the ULooper, but also on your amp. Make sure your amp has the most up-to-date firmware, and it should work with no problem with the ULooper. This is a pretty brand new firmware update for the ULooper. All right, guys, here we are with my Fender Strat, and I've got both of these amps set up for you guys to see here, as well as the ULooper. I'm a huge fan of these practice amps because they're small, they're portable, they're plenty loud for most rooms or even like a small coffee shop type gig. These amps are great. I'm a huge fan of XSonic because they made this AirStep Lite, which is a really great unit. You can actually change the presets on your THR with this guy. So I've got that already programmed and hooked up to the THR for changing sounds. You can make this thing work with the Positive Grid Spark as well, and many other devices, but for now I'm just going to be using it in this video with the Yamaha THR, and we'll use that to change sounds as we're kind of doing some looping here. So all I have done here is hooked up the ULooper with this USB-A cable. The back of the THR has a USB-B, and that's where you would plug that cable in. And then I'm also recording with this line out on the THR. So here we go. Let's check out my clean tone. So there you go, that's what my guitar tone sounds like. Now let's talk about the ULooper for a little bit. So when it is lit up blue, like it is here, that means it's ready to basically loop, okay? When I step on this thing to loop something that I play, it's gonna light up green. So let me show you what that sounds like. Of course, it's not a perfect loop at this point, but it's looping right now. And so when the LED is lit up green, that's when you know that it's looping. If you want to overdub, it's pretty easy to do that. You just press this again. And then it's looping, right? To stop the loop, you're gonna double press this foot switch like this. And then it'll stop. And then if you want to hear the loop again, you just press it once more. Now to clear the loop and anything that you've recorded, what you are going to do is double press and hold for 2 seconds, which is going to go like this. And when it lights up blue like it is right now, that means that it's back to normal and it's ready for you to loop again. All right, so what we're gonna do now is check out the ULooper in action. I've moved it to the floor because it turns out it's really hard to loop and play guitar at the same time. I've also got the air step light on the floor, which is gonna be changing channels on the Yamaha THR. So let me lay down a sick, clean kind of funk groove and I'll solo over it for you guys. So here we go. So to get that loop to stop, you can just press the pedal once, or you can press it twice and hold it down for 2 seconds, and then it'll erase that loop, which is what I just did. So it's really easy to use. It's really easy to play in time with this thing, and the added feature of, you know, being able to change channels with the air step light, I mean, it's just killer. So let's do this. Let's plug in the ULooper into the Spark 40 and check out what that sounds like. All right, guys, so I've got the Positive Grid Spark 40 set up here. Unfortunately, the Spark 40 doesn't have a direct out on the back of it, so I've opted to mic it up with an SM57. What is cool about the ULooper is you could go out of the output of the ULooper into a mixer or a much larger amplifier to amplify the sound even louder, or to record your loops that way if you wanted to. You don't have to have a mic in the room to record, but in this video I've opted just to stick a mic in front of it. So here we go, let's check out what this one sounds like. Well, there you go, guys. That is my review of the XSonic ULooper. I really don't think there's any drawbacks to owning one of these. especially if you have a Yamaha THR or a Positive Grid Spark amp. This thing is going to be a really powerful practice tool, or you could use it if you are a solo looper type of musician. Maybe you play keyboards, guitar, maybe you're a vocalist. This could be a really cool device for you to get if you wanted to start gigging with your Yamaha THR, playing coffee shops, doing the solo looping thing. There's a lot of great music that you can make with a little device like this one. It's really easy to use, it's relatively affordable, so I just think it's a great option for anybody out there that wants to get into looping or just wants a great practice tool. Another thing I wanted to mention, guys, is I do have a video showing you how to update the firmware on this device. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description box below. If you are new to my channel, please check out my other videos. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. What did you think of the ULooper? Is this something that you would buy if you are a THR or Spark owner? Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a wonderful day wherever you're at. Bye-bye.